Today I'm going to be making a fire-belly toad paludarium out of this old fish tank that I had lying around. Firstly, I'm using egg crate to separate the land portion from the water. This is great because it allows the water to flow through underneath while separating the substrate. Here I am measuring it, it just so happens that two fit perfectly. Next I need to cut them down to size. This makes a box for the land portion to sit on. I ended up trimming one layer off each side, making it around 25 centimeters tall by 30 centimeters wide. Next I'm using zip ties to connect them, making the box. Once this is done, we can trim off the excess on the zip ties, making it flush. Next we need to separate our substrate from the land area. For this I'm using a window mesh. Simply use zip ties to attach it and it fits snugly in the tank. I'm using a foam background to both separate the land area and to use on the back. This is a better alternative than cocoa fibre as I don't want it leaching into the soil. I'm cutting holes and attaching small pieces of driftwood to the background just to make it look a bit more natural. We're going to attach the background to the back of the tank using silicone. This is 100% fish-safe silicone. It's very important that you use a fish-safe one as it could leach chemicals into the water if it's not appropriate. I'm just simply pushing the background firmly onto the back, making sure it's stuck on all parts. I left this for about half an hour to make sure it was firmly attached. In the meantime, I'm making my main water feature. I'm using parts that I broke off to create a rivet for the water to run down. Next I drilled a hole, running my pipe through it. This is where I want the main waterfall to flow from. I'm just simply using a small aquarium pump that doesn't have much power and attached a hose to it. It fits snugly on the left hand side. Next we need to do a water test. As you can see, it flows way too powerful, but we can fix this. All we need to use is a small piece of aquarium filter foam. This will slot directly into the hose, limiting the flow, making it flow down better. After testing again, you can see the flow is a lot more controlled and flows in the way I want it to. After draining the tank, I'm now adding detail to the barrier that I'm going to put on my land area to separate the sand from the false bottom. This bit of driftwood will act as a ramp that the frogs can use to get up. As you can see, I've now put on all of the background and all of the parts that are going to be separating the land area. I'm just using candles to simply weigh them to the side. After allowing it to cure, I cut a hole to put a pot in the floor. I then siliconed around it to make sure that there's no spill of substrate and the frogs can't get down. I'm going to be using a small bit of foam to make sure the frogs won't be able to get in the hole. After letting it cure, I put in my first plant. This is a philodendron. It gives the impression that it's grown from the substrate, but the roots are actually in the water side, allowing the plant to grow hydroponically. Next, I'm threading through the roots of this monstera into the water section. This again means the plant can grow hydroponically while appearing like it's growing out of the substrate. This plant has already been growing hydroponically in another one of my tanks, so it should take straight away. After a bit of fiddling, I managed to get the monstera stuck where it should be. Next I added pothos to the left hand side, which again the roots will be in the water. I added a small bit of driftwood to act as a ramp for the frogs. Next we're going to be adding our sands to our water area. This is just simply aquarium sand that I've rinsed after using in another one of my tanks. This will provide substrate for water plants to grow, while also hosting beneficial bacteria to make sure that the water section remains clean. Next, we're going to be making our substrate for the land area. I used about a 50-50 mix of sand and cocoa fibre. The reason for this is that if it leaks into the water, it's not going to be a major issue in water quality. I also added some peace lilies, some more monstera, some pothos. Next, I added some rocks into both the water area and the land area to make the tank look a bit more natural. Next, we're going to be adding plants into the water section of the Paludarium. I'm using Anubias, tiger lotus lily. I'm going to be adding more stems and some java moss in the future. This will provide area for potential shrimp to live and also allow climbing space for the toads to get out of the water if needed. I added a few more land plants, but for now this is a good amount. I hope you enjoyed the build. Subscribe, for in the future I'm going to be adding more plants to both the water area and the land area, mainly mosses to make it look more natural.